Hey everyone, welcome to NoDQ Dead. My name is Jason Voorhees. I am filling in for Aaron Rift today, but fortunately for you guys, I have the same exact opinions as him when it comes to professional wrestling. Now, I took a break from killing people to watch some WWE and get familiar with the WWE product. I did watch tonight's Smackdown Live, and I will be giving my thoughts on the show. I thought Smackdown Live was an entertaining show. I thought they did a very solid job of building up to the Survivor Series pay-per-view. We now have Shane McMahon as the leader of Team Smackdown for Survivor Series against Kurt Angle and his team over on Monday Night Raw. In addition to that, we have several members of SmackDown Live's Survivor Series team confirmed. We have Shinsuke Nakamura, who was victorious over Kevin Owens. And during that match, we had Sami Zayn come out and attempt to help Kevin Owens, but then Randy Orton's music hit. Randy Orton came out through the crowd and suplexed Sami Zayn through the announce table, thus leading up to Shinsuke Nakamura picking up the victory. Yes, my name is Jason Voorhees, and I do watch WWE. Believe it or not, killing people can get boring after a while. And I figured Camp Crystal Lake needs to get with the times. I got myself an internet connection, and in my cabin, my remote cabin in the middle of the woods by the lake, I was able to get Wi-Fi internet access, and I started watching WWE. And I have become a huge fan. And like I said at the beginning, I am like Aaron Rift. I have the same exact opinions as him. The guy is a genius. He is the smartest man to ever cover professional wrestling. He's smarter than David Meltzer. He's smarter than Wade Keller. He's smarter than Dave Scheer. He's smarter than all of them. Aaron Rift is a genius, a wrestling genius. And I am so honored to be filling in for him today here on NoDQ Dead. This is not NoDQ Live. This is NoDQ Dead. Now, I apologize if I struggle a little bit here. This is my first time ever doing a video here. I'm finally learning how to use the phone and the computer and doing these live videos. But anyways, let's get back to SmackDown Live. So Shinsuke Nakamura is part of the SmackDown Live team. And in addition to that, we also have Randy Orton, of course, who won his match last week on SmackDown Live to advance. And next week, we are going to have AJ Styles versus Rusev to determine that final spot. Sam asked me, do you think Randy Orton is peaking too early in his career? Is that the reason for his act being stale? You have a good point there, but I think Randy Orton has evolved his character despite what some people think. Randy Orton is a smart worker. Sometimes it's better to work smarter than harder. I know some people get bored with the rest holds and the headlocks and all that stuff, but Randy Orton, he knows how to make every move in that ring count. He is a viper. He is a snake. Snakes, they are not all that fast. They can move fast, but they are very deliberate in their actions. And that is how Randy Orton is. Randy Orton has been able to stay healthy overall. He only had that one major injury. Overall, Randy Orton has been around for many years, and he continues to be consistent. That is one thing you can say about Randy Orton, is consistency. All Things Sports says Randy is garbage. Wrestlers have gotten so much better while he has stayed the same. Well, you know what? That is a good point, but one could also argue that Randy Orton started off great and has been consistently great. With somebody like The Miz, yes, The Miz is great, but The Miz started off lousy. You could make that argument as well. Cooksy97 says, do you fear Tommy Jarvis? I do not fear anybody, and Tommy Jarvis tried to kill me and he failed. Okay, I'm back. YouTube, you are about to make a very dangerous enemy. I'm not sure if Michael Myers or Freddy Krueger is trying to cut off my feed, but whoever's responsible for this is going to be very sorry if they do that again. Anyways, let's try to get back to the topic. This is about SmackDown Live, my thoughts on SmackDown Live. You're watching NoDQ Dead here on NoDQ.com and the YouTube channel. My name is Jason Voorhees, and I am here to fill in for Aaron Rift. No, not a bad connection. This is the best connection because I said so. Shut up, Drew. I do not suck at the internet. I am here. I watch WWE, and I am here to give my thoughts on SmackDown Live. Voice is terrible. Well, when you're in the lake for 15, 20 years, your voice is going to tend to get a bit raspy. I'm trying to do the best I can here. Travis W. says, don't let Jason around computers. Well, here I am, and I'm doing a damn better job than you. So kiss my wrinkled ass. My wrinkled, decayed ass. The internet has not made the list because I have a feeling it's somebody from YouTube. Michael Myers, Freddy Krueger, one of those guys, is behind this, and they're trying to sabotage my first ever live video. But anyways, let's get back to SmackDown Live. So SmackDown Live has a very stacked lineup against Monday Night Raw. However, Raw does have the Olympic gold medalist Kurt Angle, and they also have the monster among men. Not quite as much of a monster as Jason Voorhees, but nonetheless, he is a monster. I'll give him credit. He's pretty good. Not quite Jason Voorhees level, but he is a very solid monster. So you have those two guys, and there's rumors about the other participants that maybe Samoa Joe's going to be on Team Raw. Maybe there's going to be a few other major stars on Monday Night Raw to be on the team with SmackDown Live. And of course, next week SmackDown Live is going to have AJ Styles versus Rusev. By the way, I am a huge Rusev fan. And as far as I'm concerned, first of all, every day should be Friday the 13th. But if not Friday the 13th, every day should be Rusev Day. And I have to say, oh, shut up, Jason EXP. Freddy Krueger is not better. He is not better than me. Now, what I was trying to say is every day should be Friday the 13th and Rusev Day put together. That would be the best day of all time, and life would be perfect. Life would be paradise. It would be heaven on earth, or should I say hell on earth, looking at it from my perspective. Every day would be amazing if it was Friday the 13th and Rusev Day. So on behalf of everyone, I wish you all happy Halloween and happy Rusev Day. And I gotta say, I love Aiden English. Aiden English, he is a magnificent singer. I think he's incredible. I think that Aiden English should be on not just SmackDown, but Raw. He should be featured on Spotify. He should be singing the national anthem for every single WWE pay-per-view. It's Rusev Day. It's Rusev Day. I love that guy. Aiden English is the greatest of all time. So that's all I have to say about that. I'm very happy that Aiden English had that spot on this week's SmackDown Live. He's a very entertaining sports entertainer. Braden says, I just made the list. No, you're about to make the list, and this will be your hand if I ever find you. and I will look up your IP address. And believe it or not, I'm starting to figure out how to do that. I will find your address, and this will be you. So you better watch your step, Braden, and the rest of you out there, you better tone down the insults and the smart aleck remarks, because I am watching, and I will find you if you do not act appropriately. Now, what else would you guys like me to discuss about SmackDown Live? Oh, Boogerman123 says, kill Jinder Mahal. You know what? That's not the worst idea in the world, because Jinder Mahal has got to be one of the most boring WWE champions of all time. And yes, I do agree with Aaron Rift. Him and I definitely share that sentiment about Jinder Mahal. The guy is extremely boring. He came out there, he did his usual promo. He talked about how, you know, he's going to beat Brock Lesnar. He's going to be the Beast Slayer, whatever he called himself. It was stupid. And then he talked to his people in India, the usual thing. You had AJ Styles come out, beat up the other Singh brother. Boring, not interested, I don't care. I'm sick of Jinder Mahal, and maybe I have to take care of him. Maybe I have to step in, and on behalf of the WWE fans, put an end to this Jinder Mahal character once and for all. Cooksey97 says Michael Myers rules. Stop it, Cooksey. One of the moderators needs to put that guy in timeout. Anybody that praises Michael Myers is going to get more than just a timeout, if you know what I'm saying. So watch yourself. Zoe Faith says Beastmaster. That's what he called him. That is the lamest line I've ever heard. But one thing I did find entertaining was Shelton Benjamin on this week's SmackDown. You had a backstage segment with the Usos and Chad Gable and Shelton Benjamin. And no, Freddie is not better. Stop it. Anyways, we had this backstage segment. We had Chad Gable do some kind of freestyle rap. That wasn't all that good. The Usos were looking at each other like, this guy is a complete idiot. But then we had the greatest moment in SmackDown Live history, when we had Shelton Benjamin imitate that famous owned graphic with the guy doing the thing with his face. That was hilarious. That was one of the funniest things I've ever seen personally on SmackDown Live. Ryan King says, how many viewers? I do not know, because my screen says very bad connection. Like I said, Michael Myers or Freddy Krueger, they're trying to sabotage me, and I don't know what to do to stop them, other than stop the feed and take care of business as always I can. But you know what? I gotta stay professional here and finish this video. But afterwards, I'm going to be heading over to Haddonfield and Springwood, and I'm going to take care of some business. And for some of you out there, I'm going to have to come swing by your place as well. Let's see here. Did you kill David Payne? Not yet, but, you know, the guy might need to be taught a lesson. I'm just going to leave it at that. Let's look at some of the other comments here. Any other thoughts on SmackDown Live that I have not discussed yet? Anything you guys would like me to discuss and talk about on this show? Any trick-or-treaters yet? No, I really don't get trick-or-treaters here in Crystal Lake because, you know, it's been many years since I first became famous, and people know by now to stay away from Camp Crystal Lake. They know better. They know not to show their faces in Camp Crystal Lake because they're going to get way more than they bargained for if they bug me and they try to interrupt me when I'm conducting my business. You versus Freddy Krueger First Blood match at WrestleMania. I'm down for anything. I'm always up for a good fight. Freddy and I had a tremendous battle back in 2003, but nothing was really settled. I think if we had a final match at WrestleMania, we could give the fans the ultimate showdown and settle the score that wasn't settled. Excuse me, I just botched. Jason Voorhees Botchamania, ladies and gentlemen. It happens. This is a live video. And, you know, I've been hit in the head with an axe a couple of times, and, you know, I've lost some brain cells. It's bound to happen. I'm bound to misspeak here. Jason, who would be your manager at WrestleMania? I would have you as my manager, or better yet, I would have Louis B. Finkelstein as my manager at WrestleMania. I think he would be a killer manager, if you know what I'm saying. Freddie got screwed back in 2003. No, Jason did not screw Freddie. Freddie screwed Freddie. Cooksy97 says, kill Sean's view. Not a bad idea, brother. I gotta tell you. Anyways, I thought SmackDown was a pretty good show. I'm not sure there's anything else. Oh, I did want to talk about Bobby Roode versus Dolph Ziggler. I thought it was a really good match. I thought it was better than the pay-per-view match they had and the match they had on SmackDown. I was very entertained by it. And of course, Bobby Roode picked up the win, which I expected. Bobby Roode now moves on to be part of the SmackDown Live team. But I hate to say it, I have this feeling that Bobby Roode is going to be the first guy out in the Survivor Series match. And then the internet is going to complain. They're going to talk about how Bobby Roode got buried. But keep in mind, it is an elimination match, and at least one team has to be completely eliminated. So guys are going to get buried, and you're going to have to learn to just deal with it. People have to lose in this match. It's elimination, folks. So don't complain when Bobby Roode is the first guy out or the second guy out, because it's bound to happen. Somebody has to lose. And with Braun Strowman in there, possibly Roman Reigns, and AJ Styles, somebody's got to be the first one out. And I hate to say it, if I had to make a guess, it would be Bobby Roode. Just telling you guys. Rift Aronson needs to end Jason Voorhees. Rift Aronson is dead. He's not coming back. And unfortunately, I did not have the chance to take him out. But considering the feedback that he had, I should have taken him out. I should have taken him out way sooner, and maybe I would have sold more Jason masks for Halloween this year. I would have been more popular taking out that guy before he could even become somewhat of a name in the internet sports entertainment community. Is Jinder Mahal the greatest WWE champion of all time? No, he is not. He is the worst. He is the most boring champion. Like I said, I agree with Aaron Rift on pretty much everything WWE. It's quite amazing how that works. But like I said at the beginning, the guy is a genius. He is the smartest wrestling analyst in the history of the NoDQ and the entire sports entertainment galaxy. He is incredible. And you are all very intelligent wrestling fans for following him. Unfortunately, he doesn't do really stupid videos like this one. He goes off and does something else and has me fill in for him to do these goofy, over-the-top Halloween videos. But that's the way it is here on NoDQ.com. Every once in a while, we like to have fun. We like to change things up. But then those thumbs down come in. Everyone hates it. And Aaron's really butthurt, by the way. I want to let you guys know that Aaron Rift is unhappy. He's unhappy because he was honest with people. He said he's an atheist. And all of you Christians out there said, that's wrong of you to talk about being an atheist. How dare you say that there might not be a God. There might be other ideas out there. He was very upset about that. He was crying in his bedroom. He was curled up in a ball crying. Why did you guys do that to Aaron Rift? Why did you make him cry? Who cares if he's an atheist? It's 2017. Anybody can be anything they want. Why are you all so judgmental? Aaron is very upset. And I think he wants revenge. He asked me to get revenge on his behalf. But I told him that I will do things when I feel like it. I don't do things because somebody else asks me to do it. Where is Aaron Rift? Like I said, he is crying somewhere. Virtue will bury Jason. I like Virtue. Virtue is another very intelligent wrestling fan, and you guys should all check out his videos on NoDQ.com. You should watch him, you should read his columns, and I would like to have him manage me at WrestleMania. If WWE ever wanted a special celebrity match, Jason versus Freddie, I would be there. I would take Freddy Krueger apart, piece by piece. You would have this hand here, and you would have many other things strewn all across the ring. And Virtue would be right there in my corner. Virtue would be the one to instruct me on which body part to rip up next. Virtue is one of my favorites. I love the guy. And I love Kayfabe Candy Ass. Let me try. Kayfabe Candy Ass. There you go. Kayfabe Candy Ass, you're one guy that will always be spared. If I'm in a bad mood and I feel like taking out a lot of counselors or a lot of stupid wrestling fans, you're the last guy I'll target because I actually like you. I think you're very intelligent, Kayfabe Candy Ass. You're one of the best in the world at what you do, and that's being awesome. So thank you, Kayfabe Candy Ass, for your services here on NoDQ.com. And by the way, cheap plug for Mr. Kayfabe Candy Ass. Make sure you read his column on NoDQ.com, Planet Kayfabe. That is another great read on NoDQ.com, in addition to Virtue's Rage and all the other great content on NoDQ.com. What foreign object are you going to use on Freddy? I'm going to take Freddy's own gloves and shove them up his keister and twist it around until all of his guts come out of his rear end. That's how I'll finish off Freddy Krueger at WrestleMania, with his own fingernails. Kayfabe Candy Ass says, you're amazing, Big Pop. Thank you for that. So, somebody in here asked about the NoDQ forums. NoDQforums.com. It's November 1st coming up. Is that the end for NoDQforums.com? I have no idea. You're going to have to wait and see what happens. But from my understanding, there's going to be some changes to that group. And it might not be popular. You're going to have to stay tuned. So, Jeffrey Hill says, talk about Stranger Things. I thought it was a good segment. I was quite amused by it. However, I think they should have done a Friday the 13th parody for the Fashion Files, because it's been a long time since we've seen Jason's influence on pop culture, and I think it would have been quite entertaining if WWE had actually done something with Friday the 13th for Halloween. That would have been really nice. But I get it. Stranger Things is the trendy show right now. But keep in mind, Jason was cool before Netflix was cool. Jason Voorhees is an OG, and he should have been given some sort of acknowledgement on this week's SmackDown Live. Luca the Dead says Stranger Things is overrated. The Altrox says, talk about Sin Cara channeling his backstage shooting attitude to beat up Corbin. So this is quite interesting. All of a sudden, we've seen Sin Cara do a complete 180. He went from being a joke and a nobody, and all of a sudden, he's a tough guy. He's beating up Baron Corbin. This guy is getting the biggest push of his career, it seems. He's even got the contact lenses. Interesting stuff here. I understand from reading NoDQ.com that he signed a new contract with WWE, and that's why he's getting this push. And he also has new sneakers. I would not be caught dead with those, by the way. I like my old-fashioned dirty boots and dirty clothes. That's my fashion. I think those sneakers are quite awful, to be perfectly honest with all you. Cooksay97 says, will you be number 13 at the Royal Rumble? I'm officially putting my mask in the hat for the Royal Rumble pay-per-view. I would like to be part of that show. I would like to be entry number 13. But I don't know if they'll listen to me or not. TJP was released. Is this true, folks? Was TJP released, or is Jason Voorhees being trolled here? Interesting. Let me know what's going on here. Take off that mask. No, you don't want to see what's under this mask, folks. I've been through a lot. I've gotten access to the face. I've been burned. I've been decaying in water for decades. You really don't want to see that, folks. Jason versus Sin Cara, mask versus mask. Maybe I would agree to that, but I gotta tell you, the shooting style of Sin Cara, I don't know if it would be any match for me. Just saying. The Daily Buzz says, what's up for India? What's up, Daily Buzz? What's up, India? Glad you're watching. And yes, this is not Aaron Rift here. This is Jason Voorhees filling in for Aaron Rift on Halloween. Aaron Rift is off crying somewhere because everyone made fun of him for being an atheist. They all made fun of him for being a non-believer, and now he's crying and sad, and he's being all emo. He's listening to one of those emo bands from 2005. Name an emo band they used. One of those bands that talks about dying and being terrible and miserable. He's just crying off in the corner somewhere. Aaron versus the Amazing Atheist. There you go. That could be a double header. We could have Freddy versus Jason at WrestleMania, and we could also have Aaron Rift versus the Amazing Atheist. That would be quite the match. But as long as I get Virtue in my corner, WrestleMania is going to be off the charts. And I would be very happy and honored to have Mr. Virtue's Rage in my corner at WrestleMania. There you go. Jose said it. My Chemical Romance. That's what Aaron Rift was listening to. He was listening to The Black Parade, and he was looping it on Spotify over and over again. As for me, I was spending my time listening to Aiden English singing. I wish they would have that on Spotify to loop over and over again. In English, singing It's Rusev Day. It's Rusev Day. It's Rusev Day. I love that song. It is an awesome song. I cannot stress that enough. Jason, this is your mother's spirit here. No, my mother is not here. My mother's dead. Don't say that. I'm finally psychologically recovering from the fact that my mother's head was chopped off years ago. Don't tell me she's dead. Don't tell me she's dead. And don't pretend that she's alive. Don't say anything about my mother. Don't confuse me, because I'm getting very confused right now. And I don't appreciate it. So you guys in the chat room, you need to stop mentioning my mother. Stop mentioning... See, you guys are just driving me nuts here. Stop it. No! My mother is not talking to me, Keith Ballard. My mother is not here. Stop it. Stop now. Stop right now. I do not walk with Elias. I walk with Aiden English. Looks like the rumored teams for Survivor Series is right on. Yes, that is true. If you want to know all the participants, you can go over to NoDQ.com and check that out. That would be something else. What? Boogerman123, I'm in bed with your mother? Don't say that. Like I said, stop talking about my mom. My mother is not talking to me. Nobody's in bed with my mother. You better not say that again. Stop it. Stop right now. Frank? Seriously? She is ugly? Are you serious? You guys are going to make me lose it here. Stop talking about my mother. I will do something about this. Stop it. Stop right now. No. No. Stop it. You will not bang my mom. My mom is not... No, stop it right now. Stop right now. You know, stop this. No.